10 years ago, I read an incredible story about a woman who donated her kidney to a total stranger. She didn't even tell her husband until the night before surgery. How brave she must have been to undergo all the preparations for the surgery without even telling her husband. I shared this story with my husband, and his response was, "Now don't go giving your kidney away tomorrow, please." My husband knows I do have a tendency to jump into action, so I just laughed along with him. Have you ever met someone and had a feeling that this person will play a significant role in your life? I remember having that feeling when I was introduced to a new teacher at our school, Tippy. She was replacing a middle school teacher that my son adored. When I met her, I knew she would be the perfect match for my son. She was kind, loving, and caring. A few months later, Tippy shared with our staff that her kidneys were failing and that she was undergoing dialysis 3 times a week for 3.5 hours each session. We all witnessed how difficult this was for Tippy, rising early in the morning for dialysis and then coming to work a full day. Our school community rallied around Tippy. We formed a committee to help Tippy find a kidney donor because dialysis only works for so long, as the average life expectancy for someone on dialysis is 5 to 10 years. A kidney donor organization came to our school and held a testing event specifically for Tippy. Hundreds of people were tested, and they were ready to help Tippy get a new lease on life. On the way home from the event, my husband said to me, "You're going to do it, aren't you?" I laughed and I said, "I probably won't even be a match." But in the back of my mind, I was hoping I would be. I passed the first set of tests. There were many tests that followed: blood work, urine samples, MRIs, physicals, just to name a few. A little while later, Tippy called me. She was on a trip in New York, a short visit, celebrating her son's bar mitzvah. And she was in a very auspicious place. And she was praying very hard for a kidney donor. And she called me. And not 2 minutes later, I received a text message from the hospital. I was a perfect match for Tippy. Tippy didn't know that I was going to be her donor. The kidney organization had a policy of not telling the recipient who the donor was if both parties worked together, as that could cause some tension in the workplace. But 3 days before surgery, Tippy found out that I was her donor. We were both in the hospital, undergoing the last set of tests separately. When we were done, I waited in a room for Tippy to join me. She opened the door, walked in, and she saw me. And we hugged, and she kept repeating, "Rochel, I knew it was you, I knew it was you." The surgery and the recuperation was successful for the both of us. Kidney donor surgery is laparoscopic. Several small incisions are made to remove the kidney with a tiny camera and small tools. It's a non-invasive surgery. It leaves very little scar tissue. Most donors go home from the hospital within a day or 2 and can resume normal activity within a month. For me, I was up and moving 3 hours after surgery. And Tippy, after the transplant, she immediately felt like a healthy and a new person. For Tippy, it was literally a life-changing experience. Going through this process has helped me appreciate all the blessings that I have in my life. And it reminds me that we are all here to give more than we take. I am passionate about live kidney donations. Live kidney donations have a longer lifespan than from people who are deceased. It turns out a human body only needs one healthy functioning kidney, because after a kidney donation, one's remaining kidney increases in size and takes over the entire job of filtering one's blood. I'm telling you, I don't even miss it. If we only need one healthy functioning kidney, why are we born with two? We're all born with an opportunity to save someone's life. There are over 103,000 people on the National Kidney Transplant List in a country of over 336 million. If one out of every 3,200 people would step up and be a live kidney donor, that would go a long way in bringing this current list down to zero. I know what you're thinking. How does someone go about donating their kidney? Am I right? Step one, contact your local transplant center. Live kidney donation is an easy way to alleviate unnecessary human suffering. While there are still many diseases without a cure, live kidney donation provides a simple way to help someone recover quickly and lead a normal life. And it's much easier than one thinks to become a live kidney donor. There are doctors and counselors supporting the prospective donor through the entire process. What's more, the entire donation process is generally paid for by the recipient's insurance. Seeing Tippy post-surgery as a new person was incredible. The outpouring of love that was shown to Tippy and me by my community cannot be described. Every time I see Tippy, we share a hug like sisters. I'm humbled to say that a year after my surgery, 2 wonderful women in our community also became live kidney donors. Humans are constantly searching for ways to live meaningful lives. Becoming a live kidney donor will literally save someone's life. Ancient tradition teaches saving even one life is as if you save an entire world. What better way to infuse our lives with significance and purpose than by extending a lifeline to someone in need? For me, being a live kidney donor stands as one of my most significant achievements in my life. I bet there is someone, or perhaps many, hearing this message who's ready to step up to this challenge and be a live kidney donor. Is it you? Thank you very much.